Thank you.
It's unlike anything I've seen before, and it gets to a very base level of humanity.
It's a psychological thriller. It's not a horror film or an action film.
It's a world that could have been invented by Stephen King. It's a real character-driven story. There's a lot of characters inside. It's very detailed. Their social backgrounds are very precise. And everything happens in a small town. It's about ordinary people, ordinary problems, and this leads us to a wider scale, you know, to end like a tale about evil.
And then it escalates and spirals upwards and downwards, and it's a fascinating story, well told, very well crafted, the script.
Pour avoir un public international, il fallait que le film soit en anglais. Et pour que le film soit en anglais, la solution la plus facile, c'était de faire venir un casting américain ou anglais, en tout cas international.
What is crazy is that there were like, I don't know, maybe 50 actresses that were taped. The only one that he selected was Diana.
She wasn't in the Glee phenomenon at that time. I was, you know, hooked because she had this natural grace, beauty, simplicity also.
Came out to Los Angeles to meet me a couple of months ago before we started shooting, and we're so relaxed and so lovely, and you know, but you just don't know because that's before the pressure's on, that's before you're on set and trying to make your days, and they're so great, and we've been smiling and laughing through it all.
Elle n'est pas du tout commune, hein, cette fille-là.
Pas du tout commune. Non, puis même, je trouve qu'il y a eu un rapport entre nous qui était très intéressant.
Bon, bah, je pense qu'elle, elle est engagée.
Il va falloir la réserver très très vite.
Ouais, il faut faire quelque chose parce que...
Je pense surtout qu'il faut faire suivre quelque chose de ce rendez-vous parce que...
They are all talented actors, wonderful actors. God, I was so lucky with the cast. You know.
On s'est entouré surtout d'une équipe avec des gens qui venaient de la télévision. Parce qu'on savait qu'en 3 prises, les gens sont efficaces, donnent le meilleur d'eux-mêmes, et que s'ils sont rompus en fait, à une dynamique, peut-être qu'on ne trouve pas forcément au cinéma. Donc c'est pour ça qu'on a décidé de travailler avec John Aronson, qui est un chef opérateur très reconnu, qui a travaillé sur Heroes ou sur FBI Porté Disparu par exemple. Il y avait des types de lumière que j'avais envie d'avoir sur ce film. Donc je me suis tourné vers ceux qui savent le faire le mieux. Et ceux qui comprendraient cette vision-là sans que j'ai besoin de passer par des heures d'explication.
Il y a aussi l'idée de l'aventure qui leur plaît, c'est-à-dire venir en Europe, pour John pouvoir être opérateur, faire quelque chose un peu guérilla, qui ne ressemble pas à ce qu'ils font d'habitude. John, il a l'habitude de travailler sur des grosses séries de la Fox, qui n'ont pas la souplesse que nous on peut avoir à notre petite échelle, plus petite échelle.
Yeah, I never worked with any of them before. We just gelled from the beginning. It was a great experience for all of us.
How can they say that they're best friends? They just met. Steve Waddington is one of my best friends now, and I've only known him a year.
Which really helped our characters. We kind of became our characters in a way. Not in a big method out way, but we did the sort of things that the hunters would do. We all hung out together. It's quite a masculine cast. We were all I was into running, Jay's into lifting his weights, Terry was running, no, Terry wasn't running. Terry was only just walking.
Terrence Knox, he's kind of like, he's like my granddad. I wouldn't say that to him because he'll get offended because he doesn't want me to call him old. But he was, you know, he had that, you know, I felt like his grandson.
Waddington, Stephen was, you know, fabulous, very professional. And everyone on the shoot was professional, but Steve and I we got to work, talked about anything but work, and then we went and did this stuff as if we'd known each other our lives, and then we turned out to be, you know, I think lifelong friends.
It just kind of felt right. We almost became the hunters in a very strange kind of way, without killing people, obviously, but...
Just that the intensity, like Tony Becker is probably the best friend I got in the world, and that's a sad comment. Yeah, but it's true.
Okay, here we go, guys. 4 takes. Tu cadres, tu fais ton ballon. Okay, guys, here we go. Standing by for a take. Well, this is good. This is good.
What bit is too tight? You guys?
The big one.
Nobody else in the route, please.
Oh, yeah, another one.
Another one.
Okay, we're not worried about the smoke for this rehearsal, are we?
Well, it'd be nice if we had it, just to see what it
Wolfgang, can we give it a quick spurt, please?
And you should move your truck out there. Of course, yes.
Impeccable. Ça, on s'en fiche, parce que ce qui nous intéresse après ça.
I wanted a good bluish, cold winter movie with a lot of references to the movies that I loved when I was a kid, with this Christmas touch, which is so magical. But when it's a first movie, it's a compromise, you know, between what you have in mind and what you'll be allowed to shoot.
First close up before I'm bloody, one close up after.
Even if you want to get better shots, more takes, crane shots, better special effects, you have to be focused on the acting, atmospheres, and the credibility of everything you shoot.
Like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Easier songs is such a bit, then I can put my mouth on into it.
if the punch is, looks fake, it'll be ridiculous. It has to look, and it doesn't look good for the moment.
Okay, thanks very much. That's lunch.
The mood on this set was a lot of enthusiasm. It was the best crew. Crew from Luxembourg, from Germany, from France.
The guys from Berlin were incredible. The people from the south of France, people from London, the crew, you know, it was fabulous.
Everyone pitching in.
Ja, genau. Das reicht auch. Soll er lange sich nicht berühren?
85 sur la B, sur la A.
Hey, Paul, can I just rehearse real quick, just while I have camera? Here we go.
What's the matter?
Okay, should be fine like that.
How are you, my friend?
Okay.
Thank you.
There are about, you know, anywhere from 4 to 7 different languages being spoken around you at every moment, which is fascinating. I love it. Because I don't think I can say the H well.
You don't say it. It's just...
Yeah.
It really helps when you like each other.
The crew were amazing. We had an amazing DOP, John Aronson. He was absolutely amazing. The grips we had, the lighting men, the sound guys, the runners, everybody really was so positive and really wanted to make this project work.
On the set, Chris was busy.
You'll be okay for a rehearsal? Or? Good. So let's rehearse. You're in front of them. Like you did.
Yeah.
We're going to have 4 attempts to shoot them.
Okay. So I can't stand this look. I'm going to put across here, right?
She falls on the ground. He wants to make a move, and you have to stick the barrel here. It has to be kind of violent. Don't hurt the poor David.
Be careful. My move has to be quite quick, so you have to come like, what's the easiest way? Because I've got now nose going in. Could it be that he's going for her route? Because if he comes for me, it's very dangerous.
That's right, it's for her.
Yes.
He makes a gesture for her.
Then that's much easier. We can line on neck.
That's right.
Bon, déjà Chris, je le connaissais déjà avant, donc je l'ai déjà dit. Donc c'est vrai que je savais, et c'est vrai que ça s'est confirmé dans le film, c'est quelqu'un qui sait exactement ce qu'il veut faire et où il veut aller. Et ça, je trouve que c'est très rassurant pour nous quand on est dans un film parce que c'est très clair, il donne des informations très précises. Et dès qu'il a un œil en plus qui est très aiguisé, c'est-à-dire qu'il voit tout de suite, si on n'est pas dans la bonne attention, il va tout de suite recadrer les choses, donc c'était très facile de travailler avec lui. Well, he's a first-time director, so we were aware of that, so everybody's thinking, is he going to be any good? And he was good. He was good.
I think he slipped into the role very, very easily, very quickly, and very smoothly. You wouldn't think they hadn't directed before.
With me, Maybe he was a little bit different with everybody, I don't know. But with me, we kind of got to a stage where my character does such extreme things that we kind of found a place that actually Terence Knox put our way, which is in America, after nailing a couple of takes, they do a thing where they call it a rock and roll tape. So do whatever you want, do the same thing, but be really free and do what you like. I think me and Chris jumped on that. Once I knew that I got some of the scenes in the bag, we'd do what he called rock and roll tapes, and we'd just let ourselves go and go as far as we could. So, so for me, you know, for a first-time director to trust an actor to be able to do that is a good thing, and I think he managed to harness the whole production, bring a certain degree of creativity to it, as well as acting in the thing as well. I mean, I don't envy his position. He had a lot to do. I think he did it really well.
He wanted some stuff that I thought was absolutely wrong. I didn't want to do it. And he'd say, trust me. I'd go, trust you? Well, you look like you're 24 years old. Am I going to trust you? And I say that now. The guy was right. He did some very, very creative stuff with this. And he's given me, and I'll say this too, some of the best direction I've ever been given, without question. He came up with some stuff, and you need that. I think he's a very good director. I think he did a very good job. I mean, this was his first shot at it.
And then sudden anger. Gives you some advice. You should do that. You should do that. It's not so bad. It's a funny sequence.
I've been rather lucky because my past 2 projects right before this, you know, Glee is a job that takes me through the year, which I love, and this other film that I worked on, everybody's been so nice, and you hear these horror stories of these crews or these directors, and I want to know nothing of that because all I've known this year is just the most wonderful people.
And we have to face several snowstorms.
It's very happy circumstances that it's been snowing and so beautiful because I think it really adds to the film.
Initially in the script, it was supposed to be rain, and it was one of the coldest winter ever in France. It was like minus, I think minus 10, minus 15 sometimes.
God, it was cold. God, it was cold.
We tried many things like air blowers, flamethrowers to just get rid of the snow.
And we are always fighting against daylight because, you know, in winter, darkness is coming after 4:30. Every day it's a race, you know, to get the amount of shots we need. But on the 18th of January, it's the last day of shooting.
We knew that we had no money for an extra day, and we knew that we had to finish the film this day, and it was crazy. I don't know how many shots we did this day, but I think it was past 30.
Okay, so let's drop this sheet.
All right, so.
Can you call? Larry?
Theo, we need to have a new.
So for.
I need to hold both sides of the gate so you can go to 18.
And the second one. I enter frame, camera follows me, heading the stairs, carrying the luggage with the exit.
Didn't know, but do you want me to see you though? We're gonna hit.
Allez, on s'installe sur la gauche, personne ne trace au
Roll in!
105/2, take 1.
Happiness?
Sound?
One for the sound still. Okay, the one for the sound.
One for the sound.
Don't cut, don't cut. Good.
And cut. And this is the last take of
Steven
Waddington.
Who calls it?
And it's a wrap!
It's a wrap!
Thank you very much! So, done.
When it's your first picture, everybody will tell you, just don't do it. You know, that's impossible, you won't make it. We don't have a network, we don't have money, nobody knows us. So everything is closed.
You start the project, And then you discover step by step what are going to be the problem and the issues and the boundaries of the whole thing.
Nice job, bud. We'll have a drink and we'll get up and do it again tomorrow.
It's a war, you know, to shoot the first movie. Always. I mean, all the directors I met that had this chance to shoot the first movie told me that. You have to fight against everything, against everybody, because nobody believes in you. You have to believe in yourself and you have to believe in your dream, because at the beginning it's a dream and it has to remain a dream at the end. And so it's the first picture. I mean, it won't be the best, it won't be the worst. It's unique. It's your first baby, you know. But it's doable. I mean, you can start with nothing and end with a movie. You just have to work hard and keep dreaming.
Did you get it?